I grow so fucking tired of this coddled, PC-centric, offended by anything and everything, especially if it's a work of fiction society that we are breeding. Every fucking day, it seems that everybody has enough sticks up their ass to go and supply an entire fucking forest of branches over something that they see and that they're not okay with, and that needs to be muted, it needs to be blocked, it needs to be outright burned. This needs to be taken out of the history books, everything. And what's on today's agenda of things that we're trying to go and shield our children from because we don't want it to go and corrupt them in the future of society is none other than a Princess Leia action figure. Stop the fucking presses right now. Shut down the goddamn internet machine. We need to go and make sure that all these villainous corporations out there, especially Disney, went and put sight on fucking scene and put right under a fucking spotlight, right where we can see them, so that they know what kind of treacherous bullshit they're trying to go and peddle to our children. These figures are so terrible that parents are now trying to go and get this shit taken off of store shelves. A franchise that has been around for over 30 fucking years now. 30, okay? The people that were kids when they saw this shit are now parents. And kids have been seeing these movies forever now. It's only one of the biggest franchises in the entire world. But this figure right here, which is nothing more than a chick wearing a fucking bikini, so I don't really see the problem with this, and it's also been an iconic outfit and look and character and tons of other shit for decades now, but suddenly, again, because being offended, that's way more productive for everybody instead of being a motherfucking parent, right?
Get this taken off of store shelves. I don't think this is suitable for my child to have to be exposed to when I'm going down a little store aisle and they see that. They might ask questions.
Look, motherfucker, let me give you a news flash. You don't like your kids seeing some shit, buying some shit, playing with some shit, understanding some shit? Here's what you do. I'm gonna give you some fucking fatherly advice from Alpha Omega Dad. When I'm out with Alpha Omega Son, guess the fuck what? If there's ever something I don't want my kid to have and he's just like, I want this. No, keep walking. Bam! Look at that shit right there. Oh, and do you want to know what people should be offended by? Is the fact that your kids don't know what the fuck Star Wars is. If you're bringing your kid up on Star Wars, fact is they're being brought up right. When you're doing this kind of shit, and you're trying to put them inside this little fucking plastic bubble, you know what you're doing? You're breeding ignorance and stupidity. And the fact is, you shouldn't be offended by this. There is nothing to be offended by. I mean, every time I have my son, do you know what I'm concerned with? Spending quality time with him, instilling moral values, trying to go and educate him on my own time, have fun listening to music, watching things, playing video games, going out, getting exercise, just seeing the entire fucking world and doing my thing with him so that he's being brought up right. I'm never once going, oh my god, that's so offensive. Look, here. I'm gonna show you something that I just got recently. Friday the 13th little action figure from NECA. I think this thing's fucking awesome. This right here is also, just so happens to be the cover of the 8-bit NES game. Well, that's got Jason Voorhees! Aren't you offended, parents? I mean, he's only a mass killer, a fucking slasher that's doing nothing but brutalizing people day in and day out. Oh my god, so offended. I had a fucking Freddy Krueger folder, for fuck's sake. I had the Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th games. I mean, I was brought up on rock and metal. The devil's music. Oh, the devil's music. Goodness gracious. This kind of shit right here. Princess Leia is fucking offending you. The only thing that should offend you about Princess Leia is not all that shit. It should be more like when you saw the revised editions of Star Wars and you saw that CG Jabba the Hutt. That shit's offensive right there. That should bother you. Not that figure, okay? If anything, the fucking mold on it, her face, man, she looks derpy as shit. That's offensive too. Like, why the fuck does she look so damn stupid? So I find that offensive, but not that. I'm fucking astounded that you live in such a cookie cutter life, that is your biggest concern, and that you demand that be taken away because you don't like it. Biggest fucking joke ever. And what's worse yet is companies will bend over backwards and adhere to all the fucking psychotic demands of these people that have nothing else to do.
Well, I don't like it.
Good for you, don't buy it.
That's not fair.
I don't want to see it, don't look at it.
How dare you go and counter with
Logic. Like, this whole shit, man, Bro, I'm so fucking tired of it. I'm sick, I'm offended by people being so overly sensitive and offended. But my opinion does not fucking count because I'm not bitching in the same kind of way that they are. And I want to educate these fucking fools on something, but they've made up their mind. They're so self-righteous in their fucking pursuit, in their crusade, to go and quote-unquote better the fucking world and to shield everybody from things that are not actually offensive. I mean, these aren't going to suddenly be destructive towards society. I can promise you that. And this is something that's been around for fucking years. For fucking years. Are you offended when you go and take your kid to, I don't know, a beach? Because they're wearing swimsuits there. Are you offended? Do you ask everybody, hey, can you cover yourself up? We need like a moo-moo on this bitch. Can we get that in here? That'd be good. Because I'm offended. Titties and fucking asses and shit, and that dude right there, he's wearing a Speedo. I'm seeing all sorts of junk right now. Offended. Fucking offended, right? Everybody get in line. Offended line right here. Let's go and do that shit. Because that's what she's wearing. Fucking swimsuit. I mean, she was taken as a fucking slave for fuck's sake. I mean, goddamn. This is, oh god, it's so fucking ridiculous. It really is. I mean, back in fucking, like, what, 70s and 80s and shit, when they had posters of Princess Leia wearing this shit, it was fucking straight up fat material for everybody. Kids had these posters. They've been selling these figures for fucking years. And this is Star Wars Black Series. The more detailed versions look all super fucking badass and stuff. Oh man, suddenly offended. It's the past couple years, and I just want to slap the fucking taste out of the mouths of all these fucking people and hope to fucking God that my backhand suddenly is just enveloped with nothing but common sense. That'd be fucking fan-diddly-tastic, wouldn't it? Fuck, I wish that was possible, but you know damn well that those fucking craniums are too damn thick and too damn empty, with the fucking vacancy sign taking place of head meat that should be there, and sure shit wouldn't be used anyway if it was. Anyway, and you know what, there could be people watching this like, you know what, that is offensive right there, and that should be taken off store shelves. You know what, that's your prerogative, and that's your thing. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling you, I think it's fucking bullshit and dumb. My opinion. Don't like it? Don't watch. Don't sub. Don't come back. I don't give a fuck at all. I couldn't find fucks to give. I couldn't. I could have a little fucking fuck detector. I could walk around. You know what? That shit ain't gonna fucking beep and find anything at all. I go to the Earth's fucking core and come back like, nope, didn't find a drop. Not a drop of fuck to give. So there's that. I had to get this shit off my chest because every time I read it, I was just like, and read it, for real. If you get the chance, read it. Go and click on the article and read just some of this stupid shit there. It is going to melt your mind, and not in the same way as a badass guitar solo and metal, but in such a way that it just makes you wish that society would quit breeding this kind of stupidity. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers, and Star Wars fan. Game the fuck on. May the Force be with you.